So Captain Marvel, it made a boatload of money, a literal boat. I think Brie Larson might be able to buy a yacht at this point. I mean, I don't know if she had back ends. If she did, she's a very, very wealthy individual. And well done. I guess I have to appreciate something making money. Regardless of the quality of it, I don't know how good the film is because I personally have not seen it. But apparently it's like a 5 out of 10 at best. Even the critics give it about a 6 out of 10 on average. So people do not love this film, but at the end of the day, it made $150 million opening weekend in the US of A and Canada. I thought it would do solid. I thought it would make between 105 and 110. It did a lot better than I thought it would. And I guess there was a bigger audience for it than I thought. But I still do believe that if this film hadn't been marketed in the way it was, and apparently the film is nothing like the marketing, it's nowhere near slap in the face feminist, it probably would have made even more money at this point if it hadn't been marketed that way. If it had made 150 million right now the way it is, what would it have made if the marketing wasn't so divisive? It really does blow me away. It could have made, I mean, it's made a lot of money, but it could have made more. Who's going to say no to more money? Worldwide, it's done crazy numbers. You know, 450 million worldwide, and I think there are quite a few reasons for that. And one of them is, well, they basically released it everywhere in the world at the exact same time, at the same day. It came out on the same weekend everywhere in the world, apart from basically Japan and Nigeria, as far as I can remember from the stuff I read. Other than Infinity War, every other Marvel film in recent history has had a staggered release date. And because of that, you can't have a big worldwide opening, or super big worldwide opening, because they don't normally open in America and China on the same weekend. They might open them a week apart. They open in the UK normally a couple days or a week before in the US. And stuff like that will have an effect. I do think they've fiddled their own system here, their regular system of staggering a film release date, to get as big a opening weekend as possible. Plus, the film hasn't had, as I said, the most incredible reviews. It's had lackluster reviews is what I would say. And I think that they thought, if we release it all at the same time, the reviews will not be able to permeate around the world. People will not find out that it's not that great. That way they can make as much money as quickly as possible. And because of this strategy, I'm going to be very interested to see what the second weekend and third weekend drop-off is going to be. Because I think everyone who wanted to see this film, who didn't purposefully avoid it because of whatever reason, have already seen it. There's no one who hasn't seen this film who wanted to see it. So I'm gonna say right here, there's gonna be a 63+% drop next week, which is a lot. Considering it made 150 million, that would mean it would make about 55 million overall. That is a humongous drop. It's crazy how big a drop that is. That's like Justice League numbers. It dropped that much, and I do think this is going to have a similar feel to that. It might plateau very quick. I could be wrong, but it's made a shit ton of money so far. 455 million. I said it's going to make about 675 million to 700 million overall. It's still possible that it does make that much money if people don't go and see this again and again. But because of how well it has done, and it's done very well, well done Marvel, well done Kevin Feige and everyone involved in making the film, you know, it's probably going to make upwards of $800 million, I would think, unless it really does plateau very quickly. But yeah, just those are the numbers. At the end of the day, it is a Marvel film, and it's coming off of Infinity War. And the next film, which is highly interconnected to this one, is Endgame. So people want to see what this character's about because she is going to be in the next film in a major way. So for the avid fan, it is definitely necessary for you to see this film. And eventually I will. It will be interesting to see what they do with her in Endgame, because apparently Brie Larson was a bit flat in the film. Not as bad as people thought she was going to be, but not great. Sam Jackson was great, apparently. The cat was very good. That's Jude Law was fine. That's about it, basically. Yeah, that's the film. That's the film. Higher, further, faster. They think that was it. I could be wrong, but I think that was it. I think I did it better than Brie Larson. Higher, further, faster, baby. On a connected note, but slightly different, the Rotten Tomatoes audience score is going ridiculous at this point. I don't know how it's at 60%. It was at 28 3-4 days ago, and now for some reason it's at 60. It's now not rotten for the fans, which is bonkers. I think they're being very selective here with what they're counting as trolls and what they're not. Because if people are giving it 10s for no reason, then that's trolling just as much as someone giving it a 1 or a 0. So, you know, maybe you need to look at that and make sure you're not only skewing it in one direction. Because Rotten Tomatoes, you are losing a lot of people who do genuinely use your site regularly. And not just someone who's coming onto it just for this sake. So, hopefully you won't do something silly like this again. You know? You didn't do it with The Last Jedi. I didn't think you would do it with this. But hey, I guess I was wrong. Apparently, women went to see this film in high amounts. I mean, we say high amounts. Apparently, it was 61% men, 39% women. So it's not like it had an incredibly female demographic. It had a high female demographic, but I think more women went to see Aquaman proportion-wise than bloody Captain Marvel. Jason Momoa, I mean, he's an attractive guy. I see why people want to see him, especially women. But yeah, maybe it didn't really hit the market they wanted it to hit. But it hit a market, and that's all that matters. It made all the money. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Captain Marvel herself, she will come after you. She will photon blast all your dollars away, and she will take them for herself. And you don't want that. You already know, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been Narendra the Comic. You have been great, and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.